So now let's save the image information to the database. For that purpose we will implement a new method, and then we can say save image info to Firestore. Let's give it name as upload. This is, as you know, banner image, so we can say upload banner image to storage, and this is save banner image info to Firestore. And instead of calling it main view model, the best thing will be to give it its own unique view model name. As you know, it handles only the business logic, or you can say the operations of banner screen. So instead of calling it this, right click on it, refactor, rename, and we can call it as banner view model. Okay, this is our banner view model, because we are separating out the separation of concerns. The reason is, like, what it means is separation of concerns simply means that banner screen has its own UI and it has its own methods. Similarly, the other screen which we will develop in the upcoming videos, the other functionalities are the screen about category screen. So category screen will have its own UI and it will have its own category view model, that is for handling is business logic, and both will have their own model classes, like category model class and the banner model class. Let's say if, for example, we want to retrieve information using the model class, so the best practice is to follow this way. Okay, that is, we cannot make it as a whole like main. Of course earlier we call it as a whole main view model, because it is inside the main screens. Okay, the category screen will come inside the main screen, but the best practice is that we basically create view model for each UI separately. That is, banner screen has its own view model, and similarly the category screen UI will have its own view model. Okay, so anyways, now let's save the banner image info to Firestore. For that purpose we have to use the dependency which is by the name cloud_firestore. Let's install. Click again on the pub get, okay, so that we can start getting the suggestions here. As you know that this method will be asynchronous, since we have to wait for the response from the Firestore database. So you can say wait. Now for the file name we have to give it a unique name inside the Firestore database, that is the document name for saving each banner information. So we have already this one. So what we can do, we can make this global. Just copy this file name ID, go to the global variables and simply give it here. Let's initialize that empty string. Instead of calling it file name ID, we can say image document ID. Okay, this is more appropriate name, just like this. Then come back here and let's remove this. This is image document ID. Similarly here, image document ID, and this thing we will do here. As you know, this is assigned to this variable, so let's remove this from here, and also we will pass this, the image actual file we can combine here as well, like that. So inside the storage as well as in the Firestore database, the document ID and the image ID will be the same. In case later, let's say if you want to delete it from the storage and from the Firestore database. So anyways, now we can say image document ID. So this is now, this make more sense now. Okay, so now we can say the document ID will be the same for that same specific image which we uploaded to the storage. So the information which we are saving now inside the Firestore database under the banners main collection, it will have the same document ID, just like the image name, or you can say image unique ID. Then we can say .set and we will save only the image, which is the banner image. The key name for that will be image, and as you know, it has its own URL. So how we can get that URL? Well, it is simple. We have to call over this method. So we can say wait and call the method which is upload banner image to storage. It will return us the image URL of the image, so we can say download URL, and now we can say download URL, and yeah, that's it. Now from where we will call this method? Well, as you know that once the admin click this button, then we can call our method, and as you know, the name of it is, let's rename this to, this is our banner view model. Okay, let's rename this. This is main view model. We already renamed this here, but inside the class name, select this class name, right click on it, then simply refactor rename, and you know that the name of this class is now banner view model. So make sure to do these changes. Okay, and then here you see it is automatically changed. Similarly, the instance name banner view model, and make sure to change it here while picking the image, calling the pick image method. And similarly, now here we can say banner view model dot save banner image info to Firestore, and of course we have to wait for the response, that is once it is executed successfully. Once it is executed successfully, when the image is saved inside the database, then we can say form dot current state dot reset. We will reset our form, and then the next thing is to make our image file equals to null, as it is uploaded already. And now one more thing is we have to display some response to the admin as well when the uploading starts and when it's finished. So we can do that using the snack bar. For that purpose, go back to your sellers app. From there we will just copy one method which is our common view model, and from here we will basically copy this one method which is show snack bar. So what we can do is, let's create a separate view model for all the common methods in our project, because this thing we can use in our other screens as well. So just copy this show snack bar, and then you can close this, and in our admin map panel, right click on view model, new .file. Let's give it name as common view model, or you can say these are basically common methods. Okay, common view model, and we can paste that method in here. So let's import the material.dart, and then in our banner screen what we can do is we can simply create an instance of our common view model, or as if you remember, in order to access it anywhere and to not initialize again and again on each screen, we can make this global. How? For example, we can move this Control X, okay, and then right click on global, new .file, and we can say global underscore INS, which means global instances, just like this. Let's import banner view and then common view, just like this. So now here we can simply import the global instances dot. That's it. Okay, so now we can access directly. So anyways, now what we can do is, here we will simply say common view model dot snack bar, and it will be uploading banner, and once it is done, then we can say uploaded successfully. And this thing you must do it inside the set state.